Purple Rain, the movie, the 30th anniversary. Purple Rain, the movie, 30th anniversary. Ah! Yeah.
Yo, what's up everybody, music lovers, purple people? It's your boy Micah, aka CM to the S. And to my right, we got a special guest, my man JQ Vault. And they coming through right here.
Yeah. What up, fool? Yeah.
Right here is this crazy nut, my big homie, my big brother, my partner in crime, my man Pete Ross.
My homie.
Yes.
Alright, that's what's up.
As you can see, we're very, you know what I'm saying, just chilling today, but we're very excited. You know, you wanna tell the people?
Yeah. I'll break it down for the people.
All right, well, let it be broke.
You know what I'm saying? We are talking about today a landmark movie in Prince history. Okay, what we're talking about is the 30th anniversary of the movie Purple Rain. Okay, this movie,
Take it in.
was released. This movie was released 30 years ago at the Mann's Chinese Theater, and the rest is history. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know. So what's up, Buck?
I'm feeling you, dog. Landmark film on more than just a musician doing a movie, but we talking about a musician that was willing to go ahead and break social barriers.
Cognac.
And what he did in this film, as far as I'm concerned, let the world know that he was going to be him, and you either was going to get on board with him or go somewhere else.
Church.
And I'm feeling that. Now, speaking from a player who was in his 20s at the time that movie came out, there was a lot of social taboos about black men getting with white women. But my boy Roger just like, I don't care what you think, I'm doing me. And there was no hesitance or inhibition in his acting. Him and Apollonia Cortell showed that there was no feeling that they felt like they had to ask society to accept them. It was just like two lovers saying, this is us. And it was so natural. And that's, to me, was the thing that just jumped off on the screen and jumped into the hearts of people that was willing to look at the world from a different view. Just for starters. Just for starters.
Word?
Hell yeah.
No, that's what's up, homie. What's up, man? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got any thoughts on like the first time y'all actually seen the movie? And
I think the first time I actually seen the movie was years later. I mean, I was 4 when the movie actually came out. But I didn't actually see it on VHS till about 9.
Right.
You know, so, but I mean, when I first seen it, I was excited, you know, because my sister, she bought it, and she, you know, she's the one that introduced me to Prince. So, I mean, I was hooked ever since. I mean, it was actually the first movie, well, one of the first movies, I ain't gonna say it was first, was, you know, you got a chance to see Prince in an actual love scene and see, you know, some semi-nudity.
Right.
You know, because that lake scene, man.
Oh, sweet.
You know what? We'll get to the lake scene.
Okay.
We'll get to the lake scene.
I mean, that's not my only favorite part.
Right. We gonna get to it.
Right.
The best love scene. I ain't gonna say it right now. I'm gonna wait for a minute.
Let it breathe.
But let it breathe.
Yeah.
But for me, I was 10.
All right,
And I remember going to the Regal Theater in Cincinnati, downtown, West End.
All right, player.
You know what I mean? And at 10 years old, I had a Jerry curl. Yeah, I had a Jerry curl that was cut like Prince's in Purple Rain.
There's got to be some pictures of that somewhere.
There are no pictures. I have no. The only 2 pictures I had, I destroyed. And I wish I wouldn't have destroyed them.
I probably would pay
But-
somebody just to see them.
But you know what I'm saying? I had a curl cut like Princess in Purple Rain. You know what I mean? Well, not just Purple Rain, but like 1999 was like
Right.
when he started sporting that dude.
He almost had the same hairstyle.
Right. So, you know, and going to the Regal, seeing that at 10 was almost like it was incredible. You know what I'm saying? Because you already had like this visual of Prince on videos, but to actually see him acting,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I thought at the time his acting was Oscar worthy. You know what I'm saying? It was good, but I don't. It's just, now that I look back,
Right.
and I done seen great actors like Denzel, you know what I'm saying, Tom Cruise, this person, that person, you know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily think it was Oscar worthy. It was just good. You know what I'm saying? At best.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, that's like my experience, like seeing Purple Rain.
Right.
But remember, the take on it, I think, was, and no disrespect to your view player, you know, I feel you, but you got your view, how you look at it at that time, you know, when you're 10 years old. But as far as the way he was portraying an up-and-coming musician, trying to make it, that drive that anybody who is a true artist, no matter what field they in, when you have already accepted within yourself that you acknowledge who you are, then there's really no going back to whatever it is the world wants you to be.
You absolutely right. But that actual movie and him coming up was actually like real life for him.
I mean, the movie is, which a lot of people say is very semi-biographical, like, you know.
Right. Not only dealing with his personal life, but as far as him competing with like the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was like real in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like the incident in Cincinnati that happened back then. You know,
Controversy to it.
right? Where they tied Jesse Johnson up. You know what I mean? You know that is documented in The Vault. For those who have read The Vault, I think it's documented in the Days of Wild too, ain't it?
It's also documented on the on YouTube, old Video Soul.
Right, with Jesse
with
Johnson.
Jesse Johnson
Right.
being interviewed
So,
by
check
Donnie
that out.
Simpson. Yep.
Right.
He kind of tells
Yeah.
his story about it.
And what made it so, I say relatable, when you got that drive to be what you feel you have to be as an artist, it's not like the world's going to stop so that you can have this drive. You're going to have your other problems like everybody else. And they went into that whole domestic thing with his parents.
Right.
You know, that tug of war he had to deal with, you know, coming home and dealing with all that commotion and confusion. He needed an outlet. And then that's where your girl Apollonia comes in. I know I said Cortea before earlier, but Apollonia Cortero.
Cortero.
Got it. All right.
Right.
But sometimes it's not always just a beautiful female that you have to have as an outlet. You got to have some kind of forum from which to let all that creativity flow. And so when he got on stage, it was like that was his escape from all he was dealing with, at the same time trying to make it, but at the same time was his escape, you know? And you could feel that, especially with that Let's Go Crazy. That was him just letting himself go.
Right.
And as the song says, as the lyrics go, when you're talking to that shrink in Beverly Hills, you know, it's like, I'm letting you all know, I know what you're going through. The rich got the shrinks in Beverly Hills, but to the rest of us, you know what I'm talking about. And going crazy is your way of saying, you know, nothing's going to hold us down.
Right.
You know, we're going to go ahead and do this. No matter what, we got our issues and everything. Now, years later, thanks to people like Roseanne Barr and that whole comic genre about, yeah, I got issues, so what? And the public ate it up. Well, Prince was a little ahead of the game with that song. Let's Go Crazy. Yeah, we got our problems. Let's just go ahead and go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And when they threw that in the beginning of the movie, that set the tone for a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
No doubt. Since we talking about songs on the album, favorite song in the movie, favorite performance, I'll say.
Purple Rain was great, but I think the one performance I would pick would be The Beautiful Ones.
Beautiful one.
Yeah.
What about you? Take you up.
All right, player. Because of
Performance.
Okay, performance. All right. Because it was like an on-stage performance, I gotta go with the way he did Darling Nikki. Cause it's like he was hitting chords to the female audience watching that I don't think nobody else had hit before. And he wasn't gonna let nothing stop him from doing his thing. And it was tight.
Right,
Electric.
right. For me personally, I'm going to say I go between the Times performance of The Bird
Yeah, I forgot to.
and
mention him,
Computer
too.
Blue,
Yeah.
the performance of Computer Blue. And I never could understand. I always thought Computer Blue was a hot song, and it always felt like to me like the audience wasn't feeling it. Like, how could anyone not be feeling Computer Blue? But I did. We dealing with Hollywood, and they basically trying to say that he ain't on his A game. But Computer Blue is like one of the greatest tracks ever to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would go between. I would actually say Computer Blue. You know what I'm saying? But with the Bird being a strong runner up because the Bird was hot.
Yeah, I would kind of add that one in there as well because the crowd was into it. Even when they did Jungle Love,
Right.
which they did that right after Let's Go Crazy, which was a very good performance. The crowd was into it. But when Morris got on that stage, you could tell, like, you know, the crowd was like, oh yeah.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? Like, this is what's up. But also, I want to point out something too that I've noticed now. You know, for a semi-biographical, it also kind of shows that you know Prince has been known. He's been always known to be a control freak. You do see that aspect
right.
of it.
You definitely
do see that where he has trust issues.
Right.
You know, because he acted like he didn't trust Wendy and Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't trust Apollonia
No, he
to
didn't.
work with Morris, which
No,
was
he
his
didn't.
rival. So,
But the question is, would you trust your girlfriend to work with somebody you can't stand? I mean, like, let's keep it real, fellas.
yeah, I would be a little skeptical about it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm saying,
I really
I
think
kind of
he-
understand why he was.
I think
like-
in the
like that
movie,
in the scene.
and you look at Morris' character and what he played, he had right to feel like that.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Only just on the premise of that they are rivals.
right,
You dig what I'm saying? Like, your girl shouldn't be allowed, and this ain't even about control, I think. Your girl should actually ultimately understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my boyfriend rival,
right,
and I shouldn't mess with him. You see what I'm saying?
right.
You know?
Well, you know, with me, somewhat similar to on Perfect Segue with that about a female trying to understand her man. Like you said, she should have felt that. But the thing that she did feel, and I'll give props to the director on this, when he did the editing, he went on and did that Take Me With You, with
Yeah.
that whole montage with them together. Now, I think
That was
Prince,
a nice scene too.
he was speaking to the female audiences with like, okay, now, any woman that has already put her stake with one particular dude, and when she said, you know, this is my man, I'm gonna be with him, all she basically wanted that man to know is, wherever you go, not trying to get in your business, but wherever you go in your successes, just go ahead and take me with you, you know. She was content riding on the back of that bike, no matter where he was rolling.
Yes, sir.
And I think the female audiences got that. They got that. It was like, okay, just take me with you. You know, and I'll support you, you be my man, but just don't throw me off to the side like I'm a handmaiden. You know, I'm your woman, you know, so just take me with you. And I thought that was cool how the director decided to use that song with that in the background.
Right. And then, like, speaking of something recent, the fact that he just released a sample of a song in which on Arsenio, you know, he kind of said he was already, look, the chick asked him, like, have you watched Purple Rain? And he said, yeah, the Take Me With You scene. And then he releases this sample of a song called This Could Be Us. And the artwork that was released with it kind of was like with him and Apollonia on the bike.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, just to throw that in there.
Right.
But the mixture of drama, it was nothing but like drama and Purple Rain. I mean, look, you got a kid, you know what I'm saying, who got stuff going on at home with domestic violence. Then he go to work, he got stuff going on with people he work with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then he got drama with his girlfriend. Not only that, he got drama with his boss who's threatening to kick him out. I mean, I think that Purple Rain all around was the ultimate movie. As far as acting go, I have to give the best acting job to Morris Day. I have to give it to Morris Day.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because up until then we had only had like the Cool and Video and there's a couple videos from the time, but then when you actually saw Morris Day in action, it was like, damn, this guy is the shit.
He definitely brought the comedic.
Well, I would say him and Jerome.
Okay.
Him and Jerome.
Yeah, they brought the antagonism into the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
But for me, you heard of the phrase, the less is better. And I think as you get older in life, you start to appreciate that. Subtle. And I'm going to go ahead and go with my girl Apollonia Cortero. She played that role subtle because, remember, she was basically desperate. If you look at the way she got introduced into the film, you know, she really had nowhere to go. And she just was needed a release, so there she was at the club. And then life just took it from there, you know. Now, granted, she might not have been as, at least her character in the film was not as intellectually sophisticated as Prince was. Because you could see Prince was playing a head game on her, having to jump in that water and all that. But at the same time, she was willing to yield to him. But she was still trying to play her cards. Wherein that's when she got with Prince's rival. You know, she's still trying to play her cards. But she still played the whole role of the film in a subtle way. You know, she didn't have a scene where she just kind of went crazy and demanded everybody's attention and all that, you know what I'm saying? She was subtle, and I like that. As far as a performer is concerned, I like the way she took that role, made it hers, but was like within the character without trying to beg for extra attention. And I was feeling it.
Right on.
Do you think, you know, when you say she was playing her cards, you know, to try to get in where she fit in, you know, with her buying that beautiful cloud guitar.
The beautiful cloud guitar.
And then one, you know, because she knew that he wanted that. So basically it was like, okay, I'm going to get this from my man, get him all happy, butter him up. Then I'm going to drop the bomb on him. I'm going to join Morris.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That was definitely something to butter him up, but he didn't fall for it.
Nah, he didn't fall for it.
You know, and then, you know what's another thing? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nah, I got the scene right in my head because his facial expression changed, like, quick. Like,
right.
It wasn't nothing to think about.
And then another thing, would this movie be accepted more today versus back then, or would it have been accepted more then than today due to the fact of domestic violence?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember some people coming out, you know what I mean, saying that it's a negative movie and this and that, but it was mostly about the more sexually explicit stuff, which I'm about to get to, which I think is the best scene as far as being sexual, was when they played the guy instrumental, and you know what I'm saying, and like, you know what I'm saying, Apollonia was on her knees and Prince was behind her. He was kind of feeling on her privacy. Real like, that was like hot.
Very, very sensual. Yeah.
That was hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was hot.
I'm wondering, did Prince choreograph? Because you know how he is. I mean, let's look at his songs, you know. We all know what he's singing about when he's singing about that red Corvette, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know how he is mentally.
Right.
You know, songs like Cream and everything. For him to put that scene together, especially, you know, that girl on top in that barn or something like that. That's like, okay. And he really captured, it's almost like he knew Apollonia's best feature. She had a pretty face and all that, but we had seen her face most of the film. Then when that scene came, you saw her bodily structure.
For sure.
And it wasn't a long clip. You know, the camera kind of like breezed through it. That makes it even more subtle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that the imagination can run wild, having someone that beautiful with a body that awesome.
So,
Mine did.
On top of the dude.
Mine did.
Right. But I got 2 questions before we end this video. Have y'all ever tried that scene with any females? When Prince had Apollonia on the bed, you know what I'm saying? She kind of shuffled around her hair. You know what I'm saying? He was feeling on her privacy. Have y'all ever done that before? I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, I've done it. I've done it. Although, you know what I'm saying, my wife didn't know where it came from, but I've done it. I've done it. Have you?
Well, I mean, when you talk about reaching around on a girl, I have done it in a lap dance where the chick was already on my lap and I was sort of to the back, to the side, but my fingers were already on her clitoris, and yeah, and she just was going wild.
What about you?
I'm just gonna say Prince has been pretty influential.
Okay, so that's a yes.
As far as like, you know, just
that's a yes.
Imagination. I'm just gonna say
that's a yes. That's what's up.
I'm not gonna say.
All right, that's a yes.
But
second question.
Okay.
What?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Second question
too.
Do you think Vanity would have done a better role than Apollonia? Because, you know, she was originally slated for this movie.
Right.
Well, let me take this first.
Go ahead.
And just to clarify, yeah, the girl who I did rub her clitoris while she was in front of me, we did have sex. And it was epic. So that is a great build-up foreplay-wise. Now, no disrespect to Vanity, but the fact that he did this, at the time he did this in '84, I mean, we're talking about, and I ain't trying to offend no Prince fan, I mean, whatever your political views are, but in the middle of Ronald Reagan America in 1984, for him to bust off with a beautiful white woman, that was his girl, and it wasn't like they even made that an issue. It wasn't like, you know, sometimes they have to try to have the whole thing where my parents won't approve of you, know. They didn't even deal with that. They just said like, okay, we're two lovers and we love each other. And that was so cool about it. So basically, in a subliminal way, Prince was saying, like he did when he did Controversy, do you, you know?
Well,
and that was a staple as far as I'm concerned. And that's why that film was better. Like I said, not to take nothing away from Vanity, definitely not to take nothing away from her beauty. But that was his way of saying, this is Prince and the Revolution.
So you kind of think that Apollonia was better suited for the role at the time.
At the time, because it was what the Prince and the Revolution was basically doing with their music.
Right. Okay. What about you, bro?
That's an interesting question. It's just.
I mean, I honestly think Vanity is hotter than Apollonia, but I think that because of the timeline of events, Apollonia may have been better suited for the movie.
I mean, if we going off looks, I think Vanity was a little bit more prettier than Apollonia. Even though Apollonia is gorgeous. I mean, even to this day, she's still very pretty. I think she got the better body though. But that's just my opinion. But
for sure.
But I think they made the right choice.
Yeah, I think Apollonia, like for the time, it's kind of like fate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. This is who we got. This is who we got to work with.
Right.
So.
But I have a question.
Go ahead.
What was your favorite, both of you, as far as like favorite acting scene, what Prince did?
What Prince did?
Yeah.
Oh man, let me see. I can tell you what mine is. Where did everybody go? You're late. They left. And what are you still doing here? Well, I'm here to tell you there's something else. Our music. I mean, like, can't you guys get off it? I mean, like, can't you just leave it alone? I told you already. I'm not gonna do your stupid music. Now get off it. That was hot. That was hot. Like, he put them in their place. Like, no, I ain't doing this shit. Like, that was it for me. That was it for me. When I saw that shit, I said, this guy is off the chain. You know what I'm saying? What about you?
Now,
Tony?
for me, and I'm saying this as an artist myself, I won't get into what my art form is and all that, not at this time. But as an artist, sometimes you got to go through, okay, sometimes because when you're an artist, you can be headstrong. And as my colleagues have already mentioned about him being a control freak and all that. And I can feel that when you're an artist, because the artists want to make it just right.
Right.
But after he went through hell and back and running his head up against a brick wall, in that scene, without any dialogue, he just basically took the tape recorder and finally listened to Wendy and Lisa's song.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, there it is. You know, it's like he couldn't put up a fight against it, because within what he was expressing with his face and facial expressions, what the camera was showing, he was basically surrendering to the fact that somebody had an idea, and as an artist, I gotta let this come inside of me, because this is not just anybody. This is Wendy and Lisa. These are my girls and my band. So therefore, it was like he was coming down a notch, a form of humility. And every time we who walk around living and breathing accept that word humility and let it come on the inside, always, right around the corner, is positive things. It always happens. Because once you bring yourself down, then God lifts you up. And that's the way it is.
That's what's up.
That was beautiful.
That's what's up. That's hot.
Okay.
What about you?
I never even looked at it like that, but that's pretty insightful to kind of look at it like that.
That's right. What about you, Sam?
I would say I think the best acting scene for me.
For Prince?
Yeah. Probably when after his father shot himself in the head, and when he
he did Out of Pacing.
Right, and he went on went crazy.
That
and things
rampage.
But yeah, but you see the emotion and
right.
everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was some pretty good acting.
That was hot. That was hot. That was hot. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? You know.
I mean, Wendy and Lisa, they said it on the 20th anniversary. Like, it's rare that you see him tear up like that, but when he does, it's pretty powerful, and that was like a powerful moment, like for them too. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
So overall, I'm going to speak for the Purple Underground. We give Purple Rain the movie five turntables. You know what I mean? So check it out. What are your opinions on Purple Rain the movie? Holla at us. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get up out of here. We're about to drink some more cognac. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna drink no cognac. He gonna drink some Kool-Aid or something.
And I'm a gin and tonic dog.
Gin and tonic. I mean, I guess I'll be drinking cognac. So it's all good, whatever.
And we about to go watch Purple Rain. Salute 30 years to a pop cult.
30
phenomenon.
years. You know what I'm saying? So this your boy P. Ross.
It's your boy Micah, a.k.a. CMS.
And your boy JQ Vault.
And we out. Peace.
Purple Rain, the movie, the 30th anniversary. Purple Rain, the movie, 30th anniversary. Ah!